All right, good afternoon. I almost said evening, but I caught myself already. We'll see how many times I say night instead of day. Avs dropped this one, 8-4 down here at Ball Arena. There's actually a community skate going on right now on the ice. So the vibes are up in here in Ball Arena, but it was a weird game, and it really all started with. Look, I said on Twitter that I thought it was one of the Avs' worst periods. They found themselves down 3-0 in the first, inside just the first 10 minutes, 3 goals on the first 4 shots. When we spoke to Jared Bednar after the game, he wasn't quite as down on that first period, really just saying, like, there were some things we knew that the Florida Panthers were going to do that could expose us, that could hurt us, and we basically played right into it. We let them do everything that we had talked about. So his message kind of was, we knew what we had to clean up. And boy, did they. That second period, again, the Avs, so it takes them not even 10 minutes to fall behind 3-0 in the first period. They come out in the second. The message was clear. Got to be better. You got to clean up the details. And as Cale McCarr put it, you got to start putting pucks towards the net. They did that. It took them just 4 minutes and 35 seconds into the second period to get this game tied. The building was jumping, and it felt like we had a completely different ball game. Obviously, the score was tied, but on top of that, just the momentum had completely swung back the other direction. It felt like the Avs were in control, and you said, okay, here we go. We're going to see another come-from-behind win where the Avs storm back, take over, and drag it across the finish line. Just never happened. They got the game tied, couldn't seem to get the next one. The Florida Panthers jumped back in the lead, and then it was Jonathan Drouin again. Just like a couple nights ago in Dallas, felt like maybe a dagger tonight from the Florida Panthers. And then Jonathan Drouin is the hero. Just a couple minutes later, gets the game all square. You're feeling good. You feel like, okay, the Avs, we're here in the third period. We're in a tie game. They're at least going to get a point out of this. And then things came unraveled in a hurry, and it all started with something of a phantom high stick. I shouldn't say phantom high stick. Ross Colton gets his stick up on Evan Rodriguez. There's no call on the ice. The play keeps going. Evan Rodriguez stayed down. Didn't look like any blood. Refs blow the whistle for an injured player. Then they get together and have a meeting amongst themselves. And suddenly, next thing you know, Ross Colton's in the box for 4 minutes, and the Avs are down are going to be down for a double minor. I'm repeating myself here. They're going to be down for 4 minutes. And during that penalty kill, Logan O'Connor puts the puck over the glass. It's a 5-on-3. Florida Panthers get a goal, and then things just kind of came unraveled from there. It was just goal after goal after goal. And the one thing I haven't mentioned here throughout this is the Avs goaltending. You guys know me. I don't necessarily want to say I'm a defender of goaltenders, but I do think that is maybe the hardest position to play in professional sports. It was put to me one time that if a skater makes a mistake, there's 5 other guys that can help bail him out. If a goaltender makes a mistake, it's in the back of the net, and everybody in the arena knows. So I always like to give goaltenders, a little bit the benefit of the doubt. Look, we're going to call it what it is tonight. Goaltenders were not good enough. Jared Bednar even made the comment that you need a save.
Well, like I said, we made 2 mistakes that ended up in the back of our net. It's not like we gave up a ton of scoring chances in the first, but we're going to need a save, and we're going to need to be better in some of those routine plays.
Ivan Prosvetov, 3 goals against on the first 4 shots. The Avs stick with him through that first intermission. They come storming back, get the game equal, and then probably Prosvetov's worst goal against of the night comes right after the Avs were able to tie things up, just completely stops the momentum. And then when it's 4-4 in the third period, yes, it's a 5-on-3. You can give Alexander Georgiev the benefit of the doubt on a 5-on-3 goal. What are you going to do? But then it just seemed like everything after that was any pucks that the Florida Panthers put towards the net were going in. Alexander Georgiev had no answer. Ivan Prosvetov had no answer. And that's a very deflating way to play. When the team, I thought after that first period, the Avs were putting their best foot forward. I thought they were generating. I thought they were creating a lot. And when you're having to dig the puck out of your net every time you look up, it gets tough. Morally, mentally, emotionally, it starts to weigh on you a bit. So tonight is probably going to be the first night that you guys will hear me say this season, tonight was a goaltending issue. The Avs win this game or at least get a point. if you can get a save out of one of your two goaltenders, I'm not quite to the point where I'm going to say, like, oh, they need to go do something. You need to get a goaltender in here. You know, Alexander Georgiev has been very good for you last year and for large stretches of this year. But this was a problematic game here tonight. It became evident that the Avs have an issue in net. They need to get solved one way or the other. You know, Prosvetov has been good when he's been called upon this year, not great. Alexander Georgiev been very up and down. Tonight was the first night where I thought it came to a head, and your goaltending actually cost you this game outright. So that's the story of the night. For me, when you're getting Jared Bednar commenting on, hey, we need a save, you know you needed a save. Jared Bednar always goes out of his way to make sure the goaltenders aren't getting the finger pointed at him. Tonight was a night where he called him out. And if you watch this game, it was obvious where a lot of this blame is maybe kind of shifted. So Avs dropped this one 8-4. The score maybe sounds a little bit worse than how the game was actually played, but it is the second time the Avs given up 8 goals on home ice this season. They'll get a chance to bounce back on Monday against another top team in the league, Boston Bruins. Jared Bednar said yesterday, playing against the top teams usually brings out the best in his team. We're going to see if his team can respond here on Monday. Avs dropped this one 8-4. Matinee game here, so we're getting out here early, and that's maybe the one bright spot of the day.